Give it a second. Right, Shalom, it's your brother Yuanathan. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, I seen an article talking about how Israel signed a $45 million deal with Google and YouTube. All right, through their, you see, the Israeli government, they have a propaganda sector called Lapam. Okay, so they did it under that umbrella. But when you Google it, just Google what I put on the Google search is the Israeli government signed a $45 million deal with the Google and YouTube, and this is what the AI overview gave me. I'm gonna read it to you all. It says, as of September 2025, the Israeli government has signed a $45 million contract with Google, which includes placing digital advertisements, so propaganda, on YouTube. All right, and the propaganda is going to be laid on you thick, and the purpose of this is to get people to be pro-Israel, because people are not pro-Israel right now. All right, and it's kind of twofold, because a lot of the things that are, you know, allowed to stay on the internet, you know, the narratives that are being pushed, almost kind of too, like, they want people who have an unfavorable view of Israel, people who have brain cells, to see what's going on. It's almost like they want them to profess it so that they could, you know, use, I forget the name of the company that the CIA is using. You know, after Doge went out, then this company came in. It's slipping my mind right now. But they want to put people on that list. They want to separate, you know, the docile from the enemies. So it's almost like they're letting people, you know, profess what side they're on openly, and they're gonna justify in some way to roll on those people. And we're a part of that, you know. We're a part of that, the group that's against, you know, wickedness in general, which is going to include the small hats. All right, the tribe of Amalek, the chief tribe of the nation of Esau, of Edom, I mean. All right, so it goes on to say in this AI overview, it says details of the deal. Contracting parties: the Israeli Prime Minister's office and the state-run ad agency Lapam signed the contract with Google. Purpose, this is what they say the purpose is, but through the spirit, we see things a little bit differently, a little more spiritual. All right, it says the purpose of the deal funds a global digital advertising campaign to promote Israeli state messaging described in government documents as a part of its propaganda war, or Hasbara. I wonder what Hasbara mean. I'll go and look that up later. It says target platforms. The campaign includes advertisements on YouTube and through Google's Display and Video 360 service. All right. Campaign timing. The contract was signed in June 2025, so a couple months ago, and covers a period from June 17th to December 31st, 2025. So they're gonna be pushing hard, especially coming up around the holidays, so-called holidays. You know, we celebrate holy days. But campaign messaging, it says some of the ads funded by the campaign include denial of famine. Videos were promoted on YouTube claiming there is food in Gaza, intended to counter reports of famine from international agencies. They are starving those people. Targeting critics. Other ads appeared above Google search results in Europe, directing users to Israeli government website that criticizes UNRWA, the UN agency for Palestinian refugees. All right, so you know, they're trying to sway people to view them as the good guy, and on top of that, you know, marking the people who don't go for the lie. Okay? So, with that being said, we know there's a famine of the word on the way. What we're doing, this ministry, our street ministry, us being able to upload videos and speak and feed the flock, that's for an allotted time. That's not forever. So I bring this up to tell you what the scriptures tell you. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Okay, let's actually go get that really quick. Bear with me while I pull it up. It's Sirach 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. And you got to remember, when Esau comes down with that wrath, at the end of the day, that's his whooping stick. Esau ain't doing nothing that the Lord ain't sanctioned for him to do. Okay? So a lot of the judgment that's going to play out, the Lord's allowing that judgment. There's nothing that can happen that the Lord don't allow to happen. So in truth, the only person to fear is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You need to be in good standing with him. So you need to figure out how to go about that. Okay? Sirach 5 and 7 again. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Man, you don't want that to be your case, man. Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Okay? This thing has an expiration date. There's going to be a famine of the word, man. And there are going to be many people who were bullshitting. Many people that were listening to a bunch of different groups and don't have the full understanding of what they need to be watching out for, what not to do during this time. And they're going to want some reassurance. It's not going to be there. Okay? You have to be fully persuaded in your own mind, like the scriptures say. Soon, very soon, it needs to be locked in. You need to be locked in about what's what. And there's a lot of people who aren't going to be able to be locked in. It's Amos 8 and 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water. There's going to be those too. But of hearing the words of the Lord. Stop bullshitting. You need to be all about the mission. Your life needs to revolve around the mission. Your life needs to revolve around the ministry. All right? Because even those who are chosen, even the elect that do make it, right? Like it talks about in, 1 Peter 4 and 17. The righteous are scarcely going to be saved. So, a person with common sense would be like, damn, even those that make it, scarcely good. I need to be doing more. Whatever you think you're doing right now, do more. Okay? We're getting to that time. You want that covering. You want that Yahweh to be with you during these times. Do more. You can do more. That might mean you have to cut some things off. You have to move your schedule around a little bit. Again, I say it all the time. You are what you give your time to, right? You do not want to be sitting in Jacob's trouble. And it dawns on you like, damn, the Lord don't got me right now. I'm through. And you're going to go through tests and trials. But the people that the Lord is with, you're going to know the Lord with you. It's going to hit you like, damn, the Lord been watching me, man. He been protecting me. We getting through this. Because he talks about the deliverance out of the North Country is going to outdo the deliverance of Egypt. And the Lord did some amazing things to get us out of the captivity of Egypt. He showed his people that he was with them. This time, the elect, man, that's who the Lord's going to be with. It's going to be a lot of Israelites that perish. And every Israelite ain't going to be with us in the wilderness, man. Every Israelite ain't going to be escape Babylon, or the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. So with that being said, it's like, people just don't fear the Lord enough. And you see it in their actions and what they give their time to, and their thought processes. there's a lot of people that know they're Israelites that are gonna die here, man. Stop bullshitting. And that's all I really had to say about that. I seen that article, man. The play is being set up to demonize anybody that's contrary to this devil's plans. Anybody that's making inquisition of the wrongs and the evils that he's doing, okay? And the chief people he wants to get to are the believers. If you're not fully equipped in this spiritual fight we about to go into, you're going to be through quick. So Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying, man. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Baruch HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, a few sisters pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.